What's going on, everybody?
What's going on, guys? So we've already showed you how to condition our pot calls. Now we're going to show you how to play them, basically how we use them and how we've been effective with them. Pretty much I'm going to talk through it, and the old man's gonna show you how to do it because he's a better caller than I am, but I talk way better than he does. So we're just going to go ahead and tag team this video, knock it out. If you hear some clicking, that's my dad's like 45-year-old dog back here. She just laid down finally. She just was wandering the kitchen for a little bit here. But so we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna jump right into this. He's gonna kind of show you and walk you through the steps on yelping and purring and clucking with a pot call. So I'm coming to get you. Now I hit the button. You can go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to start off with our pot call. It's a 3.5-inch slate over slate. I'm using a Purple Heart striker.
That's a funny looking purple.
Purple Heart. I'm also colorblind. Yellow Heart. I was looking at that one and talking about. Well, anyway, it's a Yellow Heart striker, and all you got to do, right? You can start on the outside a little higher pitched, inside's a little lower pitched, and all I'm doing is making little half-round circles. I rest the palm of my hand on the back corner, right? Not near the playing surface, not on the playing surface, but right on it so it can bounce it. And you don't want the striker moving. You want to move your hand and keep the striker at the same angle. Right? And then to purr, I do a little upside down J. Right? And then to cut, I just pop it real quick. Now, I'm not a professional caller and I do make a lot of mistakes, but as long as you don't stop and end it on that bad note, it doesn't seem to bother the turkeys out there. That's pretty much all there is to it.
Now let me ask you this. When you do your purr, why do you do the backwards J?
Well, it gives you that little whine running into it. Hear it? It's just a real subtle, just that little noise right there, and it goes right into it. And you add your cluck in there with it. And it just takes a little bit of practice, you know, and you just got to find your spot on the call that works best for you. Some people hold it with it facing them so everything's real close. Doesn't work that well for me. You know, it's just whatever works for you. Right? Always keep the call out of your hand. You don't want to grip it. You don't want the death grip on it. It's just real light finger pressure and keeping it away from your hand, away from the palm.
So what happens if you put it in your hand?
You get a lot deader sounding. You can right, but your yelps won't sound they don't sound very good at all. But you open it up. All right. Any other questions on this one?
Yeah. Why don't you lift the striker up at all?
When
you're calling, why do you leave it on the surface?
So you're not doing that little tap noise for one, and you can stay consistent. Right? Because when it's coming back, it makes no noise. Right? All the noise is when they're coming forward. That's the whole idea of the angle. Right? The whole key is to be consistent. You listen to the pro callers who are amazing. I have the utmost respect for them guys because they are phenomenal on these things. I'm just a hack. But
So what happens if you have a different kind of striker?
well, if you go to all these are pretty well hardwoods, so they're all going to sound pretty close to the same. Just a little bit different. Might be a little bit lower.
Every time it messes up, you spin the striker. Why do you do that?
Because sometimes the striker tip will get loaded up, and all you have to do is twist it. Like this one, you can see the end grain is going this way. Sometimes it doesn't like to work going with it. It can work. But if I get a squeak, I don't want to get the squeak back. You know, I'm trying to get rid of the squeak. So I just twist my striker a little bit. It might have one little spot on there that's clogged up, and then you just move to a different spot.
So is it the same on every kind of pot call?
It's the same motions. Everything stays the same. It just makes a completely different sound when you switch from slate or glass over glass or glass over slate or aluminum or ceramic. They all make their own little specific noises. And everything is real close. And you can see the area that I conditioned right here. It's not very big. Alright? But you don't need a big area to play on. Alright, my area is probably only less than a 1/4 inch. And that's pretty much all there is to it.
You gonna be a hand model, Joey?
Why, yes.
Yeah.
Same hands. We could be twins.
Yeah. Alright guys, so as you can see, it was a pretty quick video. There's not really a whole lot to it, but I have seen a couple people wondering or asking how to use them, or if there's any instructional videos out there and stuff like that, and we just kind of want to do our part in helping people figure out how to call and kind of answer some of those questions for you guys. Other than that, the old man did a really good job. He's not the greatest caller, but he's still better than I am. So really, if you want to see some of the best calling in the world, you won't see it in the woods. You'll see it at the National Wild Turkey Federation calling competition. So
Grand Nationals are going on right now.
Yep.
And those guys are phenomenal. Also, that's my 45-year-old dog. And also, if you have a chance, take a kid out hunting with you. You know, you take a kid hunting, you won't be hunting a kid. It's very important. There's a lot of bonding goes on when you go out hunting. It's awesome, and it's great when you can sit there with your kids. You know, I was sitting with him. He was in my lap when he shot his first turkey, first deer. You don't forget those times, and he still loves hunting to this day. So just take take a kid, whether it's your own kid or your neighbor's kid or your grandkid. It's just awesome.
I like that. Okay. On that note, guys, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell in the top right corner. All the links to everything will be down in the description below, and we'll see you next time.